right, we're going. Are we live? Are we live?
Let's get ready to rumble!
Benzinga Nation, jam-packed show today. Peloton up 5%.
What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today. Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies. Nia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna, the best trade idea resource out there.
We're gonna take Dogecoin to the moon, making this crypto mean $1 soon. I'm hoping it's safe, we can assume. Don't actually assume this. We're taking Dogecoin to the moon. You might have studied the economy for 7 years in college, but no one guessed that Bitcoin would be $30,000. Basically anything can happen at this point. 2, 3. We're gonna take Dogecoin to the moon. Dogecoin to the moon. Making this crypto mean $1 soon. I'm hoping it's safe, we can assume. Don't actually assume this. We're taking Dogecoin to the moon.
We're gonna take Dogecoin to the moon. All right. Nothing wrong with kicking off a Friday with a copyright infringement here on the Power Hour. Welcome to the show, guys. We're having some fun today. I hope that song is stuck in all of your heads. It is certainly stuck in mine. And for all of you Dogecoin supporters out there, all of you who got into it, good job. Congratulations. It's working out in your favor. Check this one out, guys. We'll get into some serious stuff in a minute here, okay? But hey, it's Friday. We're having fun. But look at this. So I don't have a funded Robinhood account, right? That's pretty much the way that I know to buy Dogecoin. And so let me add my screen on here. There we go. All right. I don't know if this is too small. It can't get any bigger. Tuesday, April 13th. I select my good friend and colleague, Randy Elias. We're up 60% on Doge because he does have a Robinhood account. I gave him a couple $100 to buy some Dogecoin, hold it in his account for me, you know, like a little switcheroo there. But he responded back, dude, I sold everything when it got back up to 6 cents. Damn it, Randy. So there you go. But all right, guys, in addition to the song, if you guys want to hear the song again today, let me know. Drop the one in the chat. I've got the video queued up. We can do it again. We can do the song 8 times. I mean, we can just put it on repeat for 2 hours. But hey, that's the deal there. Voyager does have Doge as well. Shout out Voyager. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But again, if you guys want to hear the song again, guys, smash the 1. If you're sick of the song, hit the 2. You're no UG in the chat, Aaron Bryan. That doesn't work. It's a 1 or a 2 situation, okay? But all right, on to the more serious stuff, guys. Point of this show, the reason why we're spending 2 hours together today, 12 to 2 o'clock Eastern, is because we want this to be the best trade idea resource out there. That's what we're going for, guys. So if we're not delivering on the ideas, call us out. You have the chat. I'm not scared, okay? You can say, Luke, this show sucks. We need to get more ideas going, because that's the only reason why we're doing it. Stocks on my radar to talk about today. Support.com. If you guys remember, yesterday we were making a decision whether or not to let our puts in Support.com ride. We did. We're letting them ride, so we're going to check in on that one. We'll talk about Coinbase. We'll talk about New York Times. Clover Health. I've got some decent insight into Clover Health that we're going to talk about. And of course, we're going to have some awesome guests joining us in just a couple of minutes here. Kayla Kilbride, Robinhood Kid, she's going to be joining us. We're going to be talking about some stocks. We're going to be talking about some education. We're going to have Pari and Addie joining us at 12:30. And then we're going to have a couple executive interviews in the second half of the show. So there is the move, guys. That's what we're doing today. I don't know if I'm going to have Mr. Raznick, Elder Raznick with us today. So if you guys have stocks that you want to talk about, drop them in the chat. We will take a look. Maybe we'll even make some trades on them, but go ahead, throw those tickers in the chat now. I have the fresh legal pad today. We're on page 1 of it. Plenty of room to write down your stocks. So drop them in there. One thing that I do want to show you guys that's brand new to us. Hold on. Adding my screen up here. There we go. All right, we've got a new momentum scanner in Benzinga Pro. Check this out. I'm gonna throw you some zooms here. Don't worry. What this is basically it's showing us the biggest gaining and losing stocks over the past 5-minute time frame. And it refreshes itself every 10 seconds. So if you guys are intraday trading, you're trying to find some of these gappers, some of these rippers, these stocks that are going higher or lower on volume, we have this cool new beta tool for us. Like everything that we do, guys, we want this to be, we want to do it. We want it to be the best, right? We don't want to put out crappy shows. That's why we're always asking for feedback. We don't want to put out crappy features. That's why we're always asking for feedback. So guys, it's powerhour@benzinga.com. That's the email address, powerhour@benzinga.com, or spencerisrael@benzinga.com. One of those two. Drop us feedback on this new beta scanner in Benzinga Pro. If you're not in Benzinga Pro, pro.benzinga.com. I'll put that link in the chat. It's free for 2 weeks. Check it out, guys. It's something that I spent, some energy working on over the past couple of weeks. Is the scanner here, and all my stuff that I work on, I always want to get feedback on it. So check it out, powerhour@benzinga.com. And without further ado, I'm already going to bring our first guest of the day on. We didn't even talk about stocks yet, and we already have guests lined up. That is a fun Friday for you guys. What's up? Happy Friday.
How's it going?
Doing well. How are you doing?
It's good. It's a good Friday. Doge is on its way to the moon, right?
Wait, did you hear the song that we played?
Yes.
It's a great song.
I've been looking on Twitter all day long to retweet it. I know TikTok Investors posted it a little bit back, and I've been trying to find it, and I can't find it.
We're going to send Dogecoin to YouTube. Undiscovered YouTube. It only has 15,000 views on YouTube. I've had it bookmarked for several months now. So
I need you to forward it to me. Honestly.
All right. I'll send it over.
It's so good.
Let's just jump right into it. Let's talk about Doge. We're gonna get to Clover Health, guys. I see a lot of Clove in the chat. So we'll get to Clover Health in a minute here. But Doge, where are you at with it?
Where am I at?
I don't know. What do you think?
No. Yes. Okay. I actually, I just posted this. Actually, I got in last night. So, I actually bought in a while ago, a couple months back, and then last week I was like, you know what? Robinhood is never going to give me my keys. Instead, I'm just going to get rid of it on Robinhood, and I'll download the Dogecoin Core wallet. So last week I downloaded the wallet, and I was like, I'm just going to go for it. Like there's no harm in spending a couple pennies, right? Or something. So I was like, let's just send it. I never ended up rebuying on the wallet. And last night I was like,
classic.
I'm so done. But good news. I did buy at 23 cents last night, and then I sold at 47, which has been the top of the 48 is the top of the day.
I didn't even know it got to 48.
So Let me see what we're at right now. But I'm doing okay.
All right. So take a look at this, right? You didn't rebuy it. I had my coworker and pal Randy Elias buy it for me. I don't know if this is too small to read.
No, I can see it. We have 60% on Doge.
I sold it. Well, come on,
you sold it?
He sold it. I gave him a couple $100 to buy it for me because I didn't have a Robinhood account. and he dumped it.
Oh my gosh. And I can't, the only other place I can think of, I know you can buy it on Kraken. I know you can buy it on BlockFi or what is it? Not BlockFi. Something else. I've been trying to find other places to buy it that will actually give me my key.
Voyager Digital. Voyager Digital.
What? Okay.
VYGVF. It's also a publicly traded company. It's a hot one. I owned it until 2 days ago. I sold my shares of the stock, but the company did $3.5 million of revenue in Q4. They're going to do $56 million of revenue this quarter. And I sold it because Coinbase couldn't hold the line. It couldn't hold its open. Crushed the whole sector. It was my biggest stock position, and so I bombed out of it as soon as Coinbase couldn't hold that open.
Ooh,
yeah.
Gosh.
But I guess I didn't let you do a proper intro because we just jumped straight into Doge. But can you just give us a little bit of your background and tell us exactly what you do?
Yeah, so I'm the girl that can turn your professor's 60-minute finance lecture into a 60-second TikTok. I basically got into the stock market back in November, and my dad actually has history in finance, and so he would talk to me. And I remember, like, very specifically one day, he's like, well, are you bullish or bearish? I was like, excuse me, dude, what did you ask? Like, what? And that's when I realized anyone who's not in finance is like listening to a different language when they're talking to people who are in finance. And so I was like, there needs to be people out there that are willing to break this down really simply. And so my process recently on TikTok specifically has been this journey of like breaking down really complex or terms that just go right over a normal person like myself's head, and breaking that down on that platform. So it's been a good time. I feel like I'm learning a lot. I ended up diving into the world of options, which is not what I ever thought a beginner would do, but it's been fun. And then of course, Doge is just part of a part of my, young generation. We're jumping in, we're doing our thing, and that's just part of it.
Awesome. And I whenever we have guests on, I always love digging into like where they have like information that the rest of us won't have. And so something that I'm curious about is as you've been doing your education and making these awesome 60-second videos, what's like resonating the most? Like, are you finding there's way more interest in options than there is in swing trading, or have you picked up on any trends like that?
I think the biggest trend right now is everybody wants to get rich quick, right? Like that's what TikTok is. And unfortunately, that's not necessarily the realm that I like to go into. I know you're having Pari and Adi on as well, and they are, I would say, also in my realm of like not in the get rich quick. But what you'll see is all the viral videos, the things that people cling on to is, I could make a video today on, I made 105% on Doge in 8 hours last night while I was sleeping. Like that's the video that people want to see. And I think that's a fine way to catch their attention, whether it's crypto, whether it's stocks. There's another girl that I follow, and she just recently posted a video that she went from $500 to $50,000 and got to like give her dad the trip of a lifetime. And those are the stories that people on TikTok want to see. For
sure.
And that's not everyone's story. That's not my personal story. I haven't turned 500 to 50,000, but whether that's crypto,
you
whether
did
that's
500 to 80,000.
I did 500 to 80,000. That's exactly what I did. Yeah. Catch me on the moon. Yeah. But anyways, that's what they cling to. For me, though, again, it's use those when you have them. Like for me, that'll be Doge today. But for the most part, it's an entry into a broader conversation of financial freedom. So
yeah. And I would bet that a lot of the people who love that content, right, that 500 to 50 grand content, just haven't blown up an account yet. And if they're going to have some sort of career in investing, it's going to happen, right? I mean, that was me. I started investing when I was 15 years old. And
wait, how?
I had my dad. You couldn't make an account online then. So I had my dad walked me into a Scott Trade branch, opened up an account. I had like $512 saved for my summer job. I was doing what was I doing that summer? That summer I think was lawn mowing. But I had like $512 from the summer job. That was the account minimum at that time. And funded it. And the first thing that I got suckered into is I saw some ad that was like, this penny stock is going to be up 10,000% next week, right? And blew up. And it's like, I needed that lesson to get me over the euphoria of, because my plan was to take $500 when I'm 15, get it up to 20 grand by the time I'm 16 and can drive and get a sweet car. That was the plan.
Did you do
and
it?
I just feel like, no way. I turned $500 into like $12. And so I don't know, like I feel like a lot of those folks, who are watching those types of videos need to have that experience. To know, hey, it's not this easy, and you're not gonna.
Yes.
Not everybody gets rich quick.
I actually think that's like the story of Robinhood back in January with GameStop, where it was like, oh, we're protecting the investors, And I'm like, the reality is, though, the only way for people to learn their lessons is if they blow up their account.
Yep.
And that sucks. But the risk that you take, you're going in it with the mentality. If you're not going in it with the mentality, if I could lose this, then you should change your mentality. But in the reality, if you're jumping into a pump stock or whatever it is, Dogecoin, for me, I was like, whatever I put in, there's potential for me to lose this. And if I don't make a buck and I lose everything, then I learn the hard way. And that's just how it goes.
Yep, exactly. You got to think of those losses as lessons.
Also,
yeah.
Where did you grow up mowing lawns? Because I'm in California. There's no lawns here.
Michigan. Look at this beautiful Detroit, Michigan, right behind me.
That's so beautiful.
Go.
I've always wondered what it's like to have a yard.
There's actually not lawns in California.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay.
Maybe people do, but I would have to. Where I live right now, currently, the apartment that I live, I would have to walk a decent distance to find a single house with a lawn.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right. Okay. You see, look at we're learning stuff.
Learning stuff.
Let me ask you this question, right? You got the moniker Robinhood Kid. A lot of your users are Robinhood users, I'm sure. We're headed into, we expect this Robinhood IPO sooner than later.
Yeah.
Within the next couple of months. When GameStop happened, there was a massive cancel Robinhood cry out, right? It was everybody switching off of Robinhood to TD or Webull or some other brokerage. Is that still a thing? Did people actually switch? Any insight you can give us from the the folks that you're creating content for?
So to answer your question, yes, people definitely switched. And
Okay.
I have, people tweet at me or message me on TikTok or DM me or whatever it is saying like, hey, who do I switch to? I got off of this platform with no intention of even knowing who I'm going to, and so there are people in that realm. I'm huge in the realm of everyone needs somewhere to start. So I'm not against Robinhood. I don't actually create content for Robinhood.
Yep.
Funny enough, I actually create more content for Tastyworks because we trade together live on Mondays and Fridays.
Wait. What do you do with Tastyworks? Tastyworks, if you guys don't know, is options brokerage. Like maybe the best for options out there. But all right, keep going.
So that's who I trade options with. So Tom Sosnoff, who's the co-founder of Tastyworks, is teaching myself and Errol Coleman, who I don't know if you guys have had him on the show, but he's another TikToker. They're teaching us how to trade options. So I use their platform. We go live Mondays, Fridays there, but it's like that platform has been helpful, but so much more complex than the Robinhood. So I can't just be like, someone's like, hey, who do I switch to? And I'm like,
yep.
How about I would never be like, oh, try Thinkorswim. Like that's a huge jump. But what I would say is I'm trying to actually look at it right now. Today, there's an app that I use. So in Robinhood and TD Ameritrade alone, let's see, over $1.7 million today invested in Robinhood, just on one of the apps that I use that collects like probably 30,000 users. So amongst 30,000 users, there's a couple $1 million being spent a day. And that's in Robinhood. So people are still there. Yep.
Yeah. As we saw with the Dogecoin run.
Yeah. And people are getting back into it because of Doge. What are your thoughts on that? Like, would you stick in, are you in Robinhood? Do you use it? Is your Doge in Robinhood? Oh no, you said you don't have Robinhood.
I've I have an account. So Robinhood is actually a good partner of Benzinga's. We power a lot of the content on Robinhood. It's like if you're looking at a stock, you'll see a lot of Benzinga content there. So I have an account so I can check it out, go through, make sure everything looks right, yada yada. But I just don't have it funded. I funnily enough, I use interactive brokers.
Okay, yeah.
And the reason is, so I know, not like the most common choice. The reason is because I created this account when I was in college. This was my third account that I made after I blew up the first 2 or 3. So this is 3 or 4. Okay. All right. I haven't blown any up for 8 years. It was a rough start. But because their minimum deposit, if you were under the age of 21, was $100. And so it was the only account that I could actually open, right? Like TD Ameritrade, I think had like a $500 limit. And so I'm like, all right, that's the one that I can open. So I went there and I liked the experience. So
that's nice.
So that's how
good.
I got to interactive brokers.
That's not bad at all. I did my first app was actually Webull. I used Webull, and then I moved.
Webull, another good friend of Benzinga.
What other? I'm curious. So you said you've blown up 2 accounts. Why not?
I think 3.
3?
Yep.
Have you recovered your losses?
Oh yeah. I mean, these were like 5. So the last account that I blew up was I think 8 years ago, and they were all like $500 to $2,000 accounts. And one was like I got in like on the get rich quick penny stock scheme. One of them was I like way over traded. Like I was like basically day trading when there was $10 commissions and I had like $1,000 account, So like I basically just spent my account on commissions. And then the last one was
my husband just walked in. Sorry.
Tell him to say hi.
He just got back from surfing.
Oh, what the hell? You guys don't have lawns, but you have surfing. Okay. Great.
The beach is 3 blocks away, so that's the benefit.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You left that out when you were saying, "Oh, we don't have grass here."
Sorry. Keep going.
Okay. And then my third account that I blew up. Oh, this is a good one. This is a good story. All right. And then we'll get back to the market. But this third account that I blew up was actually how I got to Benzinga. I started at Benzinga when I was 19. And so
that's young.
The way that I got to Benzinga was I bought this patent troll stock. Okay, like it was the company that did literally nothing other than they said that they had patents. They were going to sue Google because they had the copyright to Google search, right? They own the IP on Google search, right? So every single, like 20% of all Google revenue was going to go to them, right? I loaded up, like put the whole account into this one patent troll stock, and I was just like shit posting on the stock.
Do you remember what the name of it was?
Yep, Vringo. It doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
Jeez Louise.
How I blew it up.
Oh no.
But Benzinga was like the only like place that was doing it at that time. It was sort of, it was articles on it, right? It was like one of the only places that was doing it on some of these smaller stocks. Looked at Benzinga, saw that it was in the Michigan area, reached out, to say, hey, what's up? I'm in college over at University of Michigan. See you guys are in the area. Nice to see, fellow Vringo, people around. And that's how I got to Benzinga.
Oh my gosh, that's insane. Well,
Yep.
Then I should go and blow up an account and maybe I'll get a job out of it.
There you go. See, that's the move, guys. Okay. All right.
Awesome.
But all right, we'll let you go and get back to it. But any final words of wisdom, advice, things to share with us?
Just learning curves take time. It's been a freaking hard journey. I can't tell you how much FOMO I feel today, especially with the Doge thing. I'm like, why did I sell at 6 cents? So anyways, don't let FOMO let you make emotional decisions and just keep going.
All right. I do have one last question for you. This is something that we ask all of our guests who are cool on the show. A lot of them aren't cool, so they don't get asked this question, but all the ones that we actually can enjoy get asked this. We established some months back that like a sign of being a true adult is that you own a drill, so you can like drill things. I don't own a drill, I'm not a true adult. So the chat is wondering, do you own a drill?
Austin, do we own a drill?
Boom! There we go. We've got a drill. All right, you're a real adult now, more than I am.
Well, you guys have fun with Pari and Natty, and we'll chat later.
All right, talk soon.
Bye.
All right, there it is, guys. She has a drill. All right. So whoever asked that question on the last minute, I appreciate you looking out for us. Again, guys, it was Kayla, Robinhood Kid, Happy Mohammed, big shout out, Big Happy in the chat, dropping her social links in there. Stay in touch. You know, like I love her tagline, right? I can turn your professor's 60-minute finance lesson into a 60-second video. But all right, guys, let's get back to stocks. If you're just joining us, I'm going to show you something on my screen here. Hold on just a second. Okay. All right, check this out. So this is youtube.com I have up on the screen. You're going to see on your YouTube, not just on mine, not just on 79 People's. There's a thumb button there, right? On I promise you it's there on your YouTube. Go ahead, press that thumb button. The whole reason that we're doing this show, guys, is for the community, for Zinger Nation. If you're watching this show, you're hanging out with us every day, you are a member of Zinger Nation. You know, the more that we get in our nation, the merrier. We can talk more ideas, get more stocks, etc. So there's the deal, guys. Go ahead, hit that like button, share the stream, throw it on your Twitter, your Facebook, whatever it is, and we'll get rolling. But all right, guys, we have one stock that we have to talk about. I'm seeing the ticker flying in the chat nonstop. So you can guess what it is. Clover Health, CLOV, Charlie Lima, Oscar Victor. You see it up there on the screen here. Let me make this a little better for you guys. There we go. All right, we're looking at a 2-day chart of Clover Health there on the screen. Stock is ripping, right up 33.5%, 34%. Touched $10 per share. Shout out Clover. I don't know if you guys recall, but earlier this week I said I still own Clover Health. I don't know why. I guess on a day like today, I am grateful that I do. So there's the deal, guys. Why is the stock up today? But Benzinga actually had a little bit of a part in this story, or so the Twitter sphere is blasting at me. Yesterday, Wayne Duggan, let's find this article here. Let's see, Thursday, there it is. All right, yesterday, Benzinga reporter Wayne Duggan put out a story on stocks that have high short interest. And what makes this unique that we were able to put out is that this is not the every 2-week short interest, like report that you get from the exchanges, right? They publish it and it shows the numbers. But Benzinga actually has a nice information relationship with this firm called S3. What S3 does is they measure and estimate short interest on a daily basis. So basically what how S3 works is that they have an idea as to how many shares are getting lent out, by institutions to folks who either want to short the stock or go margin long the stock. Check this out, the data that we got from S3. And again, this is different and way faster than what you get from your exchange reports. So that Clover Health has 144.7% of its float sold short. I think we're the first ones to report on that. What's up, Jason Resnick?
So the Clover Health, that was probably one of the favorite longs of everyone on YouTube, wasn't it?
YouTube, Twitter, the world.
Yeah, that was one I never liked, though, remember?
I remember.
Yep, it's because I was in their headquarters. Hey, there's a new mod in the room. I don't know who he is, but I don't know. We gotta like somehow be careful. There's some things that are being written that shouldn't be, so keep that in mind. Whoever this mod is, the moderator. Okay, be careful.
Producer AB. That's your message. That's a warning to you, Producer AB.
Yeah,
be careful. Check yourself.
You got to protect yourself. There's this guy and I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, look at that. So Clover Health, Pubmatic. Wow, I like Pubmatic, don't you?
50%. Yes, I do. On Track, Root. Yeah, that's another hot one. Blink. Do you like? I don't remember. Did you ever get into Blink, Jason? It's like an EV charging play, I think.
No, there's a lot of people in it too.
There's a lot of people in that. And Jason, again, this is data that's not like, widely distributed to the retail crowds. This is data that the institutions get. You're able to see this data if you have a Bloomberg terminal and you're spending $25,000 a year. Wayne got this info and was able to push it out to the world.
Hey, Luke, you know one I do own, I made a lot of money on is ASO. I'm up like 60% on ASO.
Yeah. So Academy Sports. Okay, what's this business? I don't know this one. Let's scroll down to the description here.
All right, I just
Sporting goods stock.
Luke,
right.
I just blocked the new mod. Do you hear me,
You're
Luke?
hardcore. Yep, I hear you.
Here, I'm gonna go out in the streets. Stacy.
All right, and you're in New York doing research on a new stock idea
doing
for us,
research
correct?
Here in New York. I'm on the streets. Someone on the handicap pet thing. Here we go. I got rid of that mod who was doing some inappropriate stuff. I apologize about that. But ASO, yeah, I've owned that. I'm up 45%. Great, happy with that kind of return. Did I lose you guys? Am I still here?
Yep,
right,
you're still there. You're still there. We hear you. You sound good.
Luke, you can go away. It's fine. I got this.
Well, yeah. Will you give us a shot of Detroit or Detroit, New York too? I want to see how active it is.
Well, I'm not in Times. I'm at Park. I'm in Hedge Fund Planet right now. Here. I mean, there's people.
All right, there's definitely some people. Okay. All right, I appreciate it. But keep going. I cut you.
No, it's okay. Look, if you want to get a break, I got you for a few minutes. So here we go. This is what we got going on the trades. It was a good interview Luke just did on the ones and twos. You guys know, I know you guys are all having a party this weekend. And thank you. I think it was Cool Trader. Someone sent me a bottle of Dom Perignon for the BTN pick. You must have made a lot of money on that pick. So thank you on that one. And that's awesome. I mean, I've made a nice 5 digits on BTN, a nice 5 digits, not 6 digits, but a nice 5. Cause I didn't buy enough options. That was my mistake. I should have learned that from Peso a long time ago. But what I'm looking at right now, I'm buying on weakness. I bought on weakness. How is 6 not going to be at 60 in August? How is 6 not going to be at 60 in August? So I bought more 6 on weakness. I bought a couple other things on weakness yesterday. God, I want to pull up my account. My arm's going to hurt. Yeah, so, so I did buy that. And then I bought a couple more. Here, let me open up my E-Trade account. I'll tell you what I bought yesterday. One sec, guys. Got to put the water here. Got to balance. All right, we're live. It's an actionable street. Just give me 1 second. I got to open up the E-Trade account to get it live. Hold on. Don't go away on me. 1 sec. 1 sec, guys. All right, I didn't go away, guys. I'm just opening up the E-Trade account so I can show you what I bought yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I got a Benzinga swag shirt on right now. If you guys want swag, tell E-Trade we want Benzinga. We want Benzinga. So let me go to my E-Trade account and tell you what I bought yesterday. Give me 1 second, all right, buddy? Guys, hold on 1 second. I'm just going to my menu of my orders from yesterday. Trade. Okay.
All right. The screen is black right now.
I'm still here. I said 6 will be at 60 by August. Like the letters, the symbol, 6. Come on. The park, 6, SIX. You guys don't know what that is? 6 by August? Come on. You guys know 6.
Nope.
Symbol SIX.
Yeah. Wait, Six Flags.
Stop
You're talking about
saying
Six Flags,
dude.
right?
It's disgusting. I'm saying 6.
Yeah,
Okay,
Six
I
Flags
bought
Entertainment.
Win. Okay, what else did I buy? I bought Dallas. I bought Win. All right, I know what I bought now. Yes.
What about
okay.
how are you feeling about your Wingstop?
All right, here's what I got. Here's what I bought yesterday. It's raining out now. I got to go under the thing here. All right.
Do you have a favorite umbrella stock?
I bought some more Win. I want to put the Win in Las Vegas. WYNN. I bought that yesterday on weakness. I bought more Wingstop, but don't buy Wingstop. You don't have to worry about Wingstop. I bought that one so I bought Six Flags. I didn't buy Wingstop. But I did buy Wingstop, but don't follow me into that one. I just love the wings. And might take a while, and there's a lot more franchise it can open up. So, right? And then I bought something else. Let's see what else I bought on weakness. I just like to disclose everything. I sold HOFB. I sold SYSX. I sold Magnite, MGNI. I sold MOGO. Don't get mad at me, guys.
Whoa.
CHRA.
Wait.
But I bought
SYSX.
I bought more Delta. Oh,
Wait,
I own Leslie. I don't need to buy more Leslie. I own enough Leslie.
Wait. SYSX, SYXX.
And then
Okay.
and then I
I
bought
don't know
more
if you can
Delta.
hear me or not.
And then you guys know I had a huge week in BTN. BTN is a huge week. I'm buying drinks for the whole state of New York because of BTN this week. All right. So what do we? Oh, we're down today. Oh, I don't like it, us being down. But BTN, I probably should sell some, but I didn't. Yeah, Tony, I'm not talking too fast. It's just you got to listen faster. Okay, I'm just kidding. All right, we'll see what happens. Much love, peace and love to the future of society. All right, the whole state of New York buying drinks on BTN. It probably wouldn't last the whole state of New York. I know we should all meet up and do a meetup tonight. I hear you. I hear you guys. I hear you. We should have done that, but I didn't plan. It was Corona. You know, it was Corona.
Jason, why don't you give everybody your address and they'll just drop by when it's convenient?
Central District. That's why you're not seeing as much action. Okay.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me, Jason? Can anybody hear me? Okay. All right. If you guys can hear me, let me know. Jason either couldn't hear me or was just ignoring me. One of the two. You know, I get both all the time. All right. What can I say? All right. Shout out chat. Yeah. All right. Wingstop. Let's go back to this one for just a second. And we're going to take it back to Clover Health in a minute here, guys. But with regard to Wingstop, okay, we let out a dirty secret about Benzinga yesterday. Jason was not on the show yesterday. He was on an airplane. The dirty secret is that Jason loves Wingstop. You know, he orders Wingstop for the Benzinga office literally every day, and we all think it sucks. Literally, none of us like it. Every day he orders Wingstop, and when we just are too scared to tell him. And so yesterday when he was gone, we ordered Buffalo Wild Wings for office lunch. So yeah, that's the dirty secret of Benzinga. Don't tell him, okay? But that's the move there, guys. But all right, if you're just joining the show, smash that like button, share the stream, right? This is all about Zinger Nation. This is the Trade Idea Show. We're going to be getting over, let me give you the stocks. We're going to talk about Clover Health a little bit more. We're going to talk about Support.com. We're going to talk about Coinbase, Voyager Digital, New York Times, and then we've got a handful of amazing guests who are going to be joining us as the show goes on. But all right, let's go back to this Clover Health for a second here. CLOV. Clover Health up 30%. Again, here's the 2-day chart of the stock. I'm still in it. Let me look at my average price on Clover. CLOV. So my average price on the stock is $14.11. So I am still absolutely getting smoked in it. Down 35% in the trade. But that's the deal there, guys, with my Clover. And again, if you're wondering why Clover is up, it's because one of our reporters here at Benzinga got the scoop from data that's typically only available to institutional traders. It's available on on the Bloomberg terminal, $25,000 a year. We're bringing it out there for the world, right? We're out there every day in the streets for Zinger Nation, and that is the reason why Clover Health is running. The world saw this and said, "Holy crap, it's going to be a squeeze." And so it looks like today we are getting a squeeze on Clover Health. Shout out Benzinga team, shout out Wayne Duggan for breaking that story for us and bringing the news out to the retail trading community. And guys, if you want to share this story, I'll drop the link in the chat there in just a second. But all right, question that I'm seeing in the chat that's coming up. Luke, can you just quickly explain and guys, I'm all alone today. Sorry, I'm doing an aside. I'm all alone today. I still don't have producer Rohan anymore. We had to get rid of producer Rohan. So I'm out here by myself. I have no Jason Raznick. I got to control the screens. I got to do the charts. I got to talk for 2 hours straight. Okay. So if I'm slow
here,
on
Luke.
the chats, go away, AB. If I'm slow, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. You can say producer AB is going to take over at 1:00. But if I'm slow on the chats, just drop it in again. I'm trying to control 19 things at once. But all right. Quick definition of float. So let's look at this. Why is float relevant here as we're talking about Clover Health? Because the number here is the amount of the percentage of the float that's sold short. Basically, what float means, it's different than shares outstanding. It's because it's how many shares can actually trade, right? So if there's shares that are restricted or they're not available and freely open to actually trade on the public market, that's what the definition of float is, right? It's how many shares can actually change hands. The reason why a lot of traders care about this float number and a lot of traders look for low float stocks, right? Stocks that have fewer shares in their float that are available to actually trade. The reason why they like these names is because it takes less volume. It takes fewer market participants to start running that thing up, right? If you think about a stock that has 1 billion shares available, right? Literally 1 billion. Think about this. You go out and you buy 100, it's not going to have any impact on that stock price, right? But what if a stock had a float of 150 shares available to trade? You go out and buy 100, that stock is going to move. You are going to raise the price of that stock. No stock actually has as few as 150, right? Anything below, let's call it maybe 5 million is what I would consider low float. If somebody else has some other numbers that they use for like that loose low float definition, that's what it is. Shout out for the knowledge bomb there. But basically, float means the number of shares that are actually available to trade. The two other numbers, you've got shares outstanding. That's how many shares are authorized, right? Again, they could be restricted shares. They could be owned by insiders. They're not actually out there on the market trading. And then you have shares authorized. So you have float is the smallest number, shares outstanding, the second largest, authorized is going to be the biggest number. Shares authorized, what that means is, oh God. Shares authorized, that's the total number of shares that could become available. So a company might have a vote from their shareholders that says, if we need to raise money, we can go ahead and issue 100 million new shares, collect, it's called $1 billion into the company coffers, which we can use to support operations, fund growth, etc. So that's what it is. So somebody's saying 144% of the float, that's not possible. It is. We found that out with GameStop. More than 100% of GameStop was sold short. It's because there are certain market participants that do not have the same limitations, right? Where they don't necessarily have to have the shares that they can cover, right? Market makers, they can just sell naked shorts without thinking that they can reasonably get the shares. Again, I learned that for the first time with GameStop, and that's how it's possible to have over 100% of the float sold short. Other questions out of the chat. You guys got rid of Rohan? Is Rohan gone? No, he's not gone. He's just gone from the show. Basically, I told him, I said, Rohan, we have we have 3 people who work on the show full like the whole time that it's going, right? You have myself, you have Jason when he's not out in New York doing some research for us, and you also have producer Rohan. I said, producer Rohan, we had the same 400 people, 500 people on this show in Zinger Nation every single day. Take the 2 hours that you use to produce this show and go study how we grow our audience. Okay, to reinvest the time. I'll figure out how to do the screen sharing and the banners and all that sort of thing, the cameras and the mics, the guests. I'll figure all of that out. It definitely makes it a little bit harder for me to read the comments. But you go figure out how to actually grow this YouTube channel, grow this show, get more people on here. So that's where producer Rohan is. That's why we didn't have our soundboard yesterday. I couldn't figure that piece out, but don't worry. I got it back today. All right. Smash that like button, please. Next up on the docket, let's talk about support.com. All right. This is a fun one, ticker SPRT. Support.com, calling it down to the front of the class. Here is a 1-year chart with daily candles of support.com. All right. You guys can see about a month ago, and sorry if you listen to this show every day, you're going to hear something that you've heard before. Support.com trading at about $2 per share, spiked up to $9. When you hear a name like support.com, what do you think? What comes to your mind? What's their business? I'll pull it up on my screen. Let's go take a look. Support.com. Okay. The world's home sourcing leader for customer support. That makes sense, right? It's called support.com. They do customer support. I like it, right? Check this out. When we get this big jump in the share price of support.com, it's because the company came out and they said, hey, We're not your support service anymore, which is a perfectly good, fine, reasonable business. We are now a Bitcoin miner. They came out and told the world we are now into Bitcoin mining. Think of us as a Bitcoin stock. The share price jumped. Whenever these companies do this, I think it's bullshit. They're trying to manipulate the price of their stock. They're trying to get all of us retail traders, suckered into this thing. And so when this happens, I love to revenge trade these stocks. Is that the mature thing to do? Maybe it's not, but I like it. Okay.
War face. That's a war face. Now let me see your war face.
All right, so I put on my war face. I came after this one. I bought puts on the stock, about $5 puts on the stock when it was still trading in the 8s. These puts are expiring tomorrow. Yesterday, we had the great debate on the show. Okay, let's go to a 2-day chart. All right, yesterday on the show, the stock was trading at about $4, and the question was, should I sell the puts now that are expiring today, or should I let it ride? Let's have some fun. Let's YOLO this one so we can check back in on it tomorrow, have a little bit of Friday fun. We're letting it go, baby. We are letting it go. We didn't bomb out of the puts. Stock's down another 11% today, which means that our puts are up another 50%. So we made 61% on the trade. Again, this is a trade that we did live on the show, guys. All of these trades, right? I just have 4 on my screen right now. This is my live brokerage account. Here's my account number. Everybody says don't show your account number. It's not going to do anything for you. I got like 19 factor authorization on there. But again, all right, all 4 of these trades, all the trades, we do them live on the show. So if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. We're always trading together. We're up 61% on the support.com. It fell through that critical $4 level. It kept bouncing off of the 4s yesterday. We made a new low all the way down to 375. It's an ugly chart. I think it's going to retest at 375 again. So I am holding on to this one. We're going to be checking in on the trade throughout the next hour. We might be trading it. Shout out Andre in the chat. He hit that short for me. So there you go, guys. We're letting it ride. And there's our update on support.com. Producer AB, I'm calling you back into the flesh. You have a big interview coming up, correct?
Yes, sir. We have the
all right. Give us a preview as to who we're going to have joining the show in a minute here.
So we have the CEO and director of Capricor Therapeutics. It's a biotechnology company. Her name is Linda Marbon. And that should be really exciting because they're involved in kind of some production of some vaccines, stuff like that. So it's very timely. So I'm excited about that, and I know we have some people in the chat are there as well.
This will be with you.
Always. With you. All right. So there's the move. Producer AB is going to be taking that interview in just a second here. He is hanging out in Detroit HQ with us today. So there's the move there, guys. Coming up on the show, we're going to talk about New York Times. I gave my short thesis on New York Times yesterday. I didn't actually enter the trade yet. So we're going to be entering an option trade on New York Times live on the show. I'll be doing that. Let's see. So we'll talk about Coinbase. We're going to talk about Coinbase, Voyager Digital, all the crypto stocks. And then again, guys, if you have specific tickers for us to talk about, drop them in the chat. We'll probably be looking at the Clover again before the day is up today. So there's the deal, guys. And again, I'm out here without my producer Rohan. So
shout out Ruel in the chat. Ruel, how we doing?
Shout out Ruel in the chat.
Let's check back on some of the stocks that we talked about yesterday. Let's go to New York Times, and then I also want to check on.
I just previewed that. I said we're gonna get to it after your interview.
That's right.
We're gonna do New York Times, and we're gonna do Coinbase in a minute here.
What about Vici real quick? The one that I pitched yesterday. I want to look at that. I haven't looked at it once today. VICI. All right.
You pitched this stock yesterday. It's up 1% today. They've got a dividend coming up. It's a SPAC play. They own golf courses. Give us the thesis again on this one, Producer AB.
Well, they actually own, I did some more research last night. They actually own like 32 casinos throughout the country. It was a spinoff of Caesars Palace. So they own Caesars Palace in Las Vegas. Also some golf courses out there. And yeah, I like the stock. I don't know if you've been to a casino recently, but I went to one a couple of weeks ago, masked up and everything. We were being safe, but it was packed. Absolutely packed. Like couldn't even get a seat at any tables, and so, we've talked about this, that a lot of reopening plays are kind of played out. But
yeah,
this is one that
I'm sick of the reopening trade.
I agree, but this is one that I haven't really seen talked about a lot. I mentioned yesterday I like the financials. Chart looks good. So I'm going to stay in it.
All right, check this one out, producer AB, and for everybody in the chat. Okay, I went to an AMC movie theater for the first time since COVID. Right, for the first time since COVID, I went out to the movies exactly 1 week ago today. Right, this is last Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Check out the scene at an AMC theater.
Looks pretty
Like,
big.
I was like, what reopening trade? Everybody's talking about, like record travel and stuff. I mean, maybe that's the case, right? We'll have to look at numbers. The airline numbers do look good, right? Well, we'll check the TSA numbers next week. But again, I was shocked. I sort of expected it to be at least a little bit bump at the AMC movie theater. But I mean, it's dead. So
you're off it. Did you trade AMC at all like a few months ago back in January?
No, I never. Yeah, I don't know. Probably. I don't remember. I definitely traded the crap out of GameStop and
they don't call you. They don't.
I see somebody in the chat saying he's lying. He's so baller they closed the joint for him. I did actually rent a private theater. I did rent but that's just one of the rooms, right? They got like 20 screens, but we did rent out one of them for a birthday party. That's why we were there. But all right, producer AB, I'm going to turn it over to you. You've got a big interview coming up. Again, guys, when we come back, we're going to talk about Coinbase and all the crypto stocks. We're going to talk about New York Times making a live options trade on that. And we'll probably come back to Clover Health. I jotted down some tickers from the chat here. We got Penn. We've got Viacom. And again, if you have other tickers you want us to take a look at, Riot I see in there too. Go ahead, drop those tickers in there, and we will take a peek.
We'll see you soon, Luke. All right, and with that, I'm going to go ahead and bring our special guest right now. Dr. Linda Marbon, how are we doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you doing?
Did I say that right? Marbon?
You said it perfect.
Oh, wow. Good. I'm glad. So give our audience a little more background. Just introduce yourself real quick. You're the CEO of Capricor Therapeutics, correct?
That's right. My name is Linda Marban. I'm the CEO of Capricor Therapeutics. I have a PhD by background, so I came to biotech from the bench. I've been running the company for about 11 years, publicly traded, NASDAQ listed, CAPR is our symbol. We are developing products to treat rare diseases and also vaccines for infectious disease using exosomes, which are the way cells communicate with each other. They're tiny little vesicles that allow us to put mRNA inside, similar to Pfizer and Moderna, but we think we might be developing something that's safer, potentially less toxic, and may confer longer lasting immunity than the Gen 1 vaccines that are out there. But we also have a pipeline of therapeutics coming behind that, sort of the assembly line of using these exosomes to drive biology, drive gene therapies that are sort of shorter lasting but potentially safer.
Understood. That's interesting. So were these exosome vaccines like something you were working on before COVID, or is that started like right when COVID hit last year?
Yeah, so we've been working on exosomes for a while. There's one other publicly traded company that's working on exosomes. It's called Kodiak. They're developing exosomes to deliver chemotherapeutic agents. We had conceived of the idea of using exosomes to deliver other types of therapeutic agents, maybe even to treat genetic diseases. But when COVID came along, we realized the best proof of concept of an mRNA-based therapeutic loaded into an exosome would be to develop a vaccine. So our vaccine is multivalent. That means it doesn't just have the spike protein in it like the ones that are currently being used. We have several of the other viral proteins in it, most notably the N or nucleocapsid protein, which is the one that is the most largely expressed by the virus. And we believe that because it doesn't vary as much within the variants, it's likely that it could have a broader base protection against some of the different types of variants. So we started working on this strategy with our colleagues at Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore right around the beginning of the pandemic, and we expect to be testing it in clinical trials by the third quarter of 2021.
Got it. That's really interesting. And I'm not, I don't have as much biotech science knowledge as you do, obviously, with the PhD. But from what I understand, some of the vaccines you're working on could potentially even lead to a vaccine for something like the common flu, which of course now is something that we have to get a different flu shot for each year, and it's a different shot. So is that something like you could get one shot for a common flu vaccine and then boom, you're vaccinated for it?
Not forever. So what exosomes do that really change the game, and these new mRNA vaccines do, is they allow us to very quickly change on the fly. So the flu vaccine that we've got traditionally has been made in eggs. You have to make it way in advance of when you think flu season is coming. And if you miss the type of flu that you're going after, you've sort of missed your vaccine opportunity. mRNA, we can make it in the lab and we can make it fast. So we can adjust very quickly to changing pandemics or flu. The nice thing about the exosomes with the mRNA is it's really non-toxic. So probably won't make people have those kinds of symptoms that we've all had from the COVID vaccine, flu-like symptoms, headache, aches and pains, things that might keep you out of work for a day. We definitely don't want that once a year.
Got it. And yeah, I know that's something like with the flu vaccine or the flu shot, that they're kind of like not guessing, but they're just hoping they get it right. And I know a couple years ago, I think it was 2018, the flu shot ended up being not that effective, or maybe it was 2017, and it was a bad flu year that year because of that. So is something like this product would alleviate that problem?
Yes. So there's now 2 mRNA-based vaccines out there. Obviously, most people know them as Pfizer and Moderna. They're made into something called a lipid nanoparticle, which is man-made and pretty toxic. It's what makes people feel pretty sick after they get the vaccine, or at least that's what most of the field thinks. But the exosomes, which we use, as I mentioned, probably will cause less side effects. And so we can build flu vaccines that will have the same efficacy as an mRNA vaccine that could treat any disease, but it will likely be less toxic and also have less side effects and could be longer lasting.
So you mentioned that Capricor's, mRNA vaccine will be like a little less toxic, might be a little safer. Do you have genuine concerns about the current vaccines that are being distributed right now?
Not in terms of safety. Certainly the Moderna and the Pfizer have, proven that they are very safe. I got the Pfizer vaccine myself. But what happens is, and I think most of us have our war stories of the vaccine side effects, how, you feel kind of crappy for a day or two afterwards. And, you run a fever and it's like you have a little flu. And I always say to people, look, if we're doing this for a pandemic, take one for the worldwide team, right? But if you have to do it every year for the flu, I think that adaptability might go down. There's also some data to suggest that repeat dosing with lipid nanoparticles will reduce the effectiveness of the mRNA vaccines. And we think that with exosomes, effectiveness should stay constant, whether you have to have 1 booster or 20 boosters over the course of 20 years.
Interesting. So the benefit, basically, efficacy stays the same, and there's just less side effects. You're not going to feel crappy. That sounds good to me. I wish that was available right now, honestly.
I get calls every day. And in addition, as I mentioned, our vaccine candidate is what they call multivalent. It means we have more viral proteins in it than any of the currently available ones. So there's 4 major viral proteins, the S, the M, the N, and the E. The ones now have the S protein or mRNA for that protein. Ours has the S, the M, the N, and the E. So all 4 major viral structural proteins are in our construct, which allows you to build more fences in terms of the invasion of the pathogen.
Got it. So segueing from the COVID vaccines and the different mRNA vaccines, are there any over-the-counter products or anything like that Capricor is working on?
So we're primarily an FDA-approved type of therapeutics development company. We have a late-stage clinical product for Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It's a X-linked disease. It means that it's primarily in boys, and that causes muscle wasting, in which ultimately they lose their ability to walk, use their arms and legs, breathe, and ultimately lose their lives, usually in their 20s. We have a late-stage product for that. So we are anticipating either doing a small phase 3 clinical trial or working with FDA for approval of this product, because the data suggests that we have both improvements in skeletal muscle function, so the ability to use those muscles, but also cardiac muscle function, which we know is one of the number one killers of this patient population. So we're hoping that we'll have news soon, again by the third quarter of this year, as to which path we're going to pursue with FDA, whether a small phase 3 or hopefully working towards a biologic license application and full approval.
And do you know, just off the top of your head, kind of what that market opportunity is like for a drug that could cure, or not cure, but I guess alleviate some of the symptoms of muscle dystrophy?
Yeah. So the market size is actually pretty good. The rare disease market is great, especially for small biotech to develop. We anticipate about 10,000 patients per year, 4 doses per year. And, we don't have reimbursement guidelines yet, but we're thinking, somewhere around $500,000 or $600,000 per year. It rapidly becomes a multi-billion-dollar market opportunity.
Did you say there are any other companies kind of in that field that are working on a muscle dystrophy drug?
Yeah. So the other companies in the space would be Sarepta, sort of the major one, and then there's a company called Solid Biosciences. Both of them are working on treating the genetic mutation that causes muscular dystrophy. They're gene therapies. Gene therapy is great, and hopefully in the next couple of years, maybe 10 years, we'll have gene therapeutics that are long-lasting and safe for all patients and really do almost curative technology. But the good news is even if you have gene therapy that works, CAP-1002, our product, will be very important, because it also works on modulating the inflammation caused by these diseases. So muscular dystrophy is our first play, but certainly we would continue to develop the cells for use in other rare diseases.
So I want to back up for a second on the muscle dystrophy drug. So you said you were getting ready for phase 2 or phase 3?
Phase 3.
So that's testing with patients that have the disease, correct?
Yes. So we've already done a phase 2 in the patients that have the disease, and we saw a really remarkable and statistically significant improvement in muscle function. And we also saw a remarkable and statistically significant improvement in cardiac function. So our goal in working with FDA is either to take that phase 2 data and work towards a rapid approval, sometimes it's called accelerated approval, or to do this phase 3 clinical trial. And we'll have updates on that by the third quarter.
Yeah, I was interested about the market opportunity, because obviously with MD, if it mainly affects males, obviously that's only half the population, and a lot of rare diseases affect females and males, so that increases the size of the market opportunity there.
Yeah. This is a very good market opportunity, and the nice thing about rare disease is a lot of the payers only have a few of these in their networks, and so they typically will reimburse for it, because they recognize that in a rare disease space, it's important to provide every opportunity. And we have the benefit of potentially having life-extending opportunity with improvement in cardiac function. So it's not just quality of life, maintain your muscles so that you can, drive your wheelchair, brush your hair, drink a glass of water, or if you're over 21, a beer. And we've had families call us and say, my kid wants to go to college, and we think that now he's going to be able to live in a dorm if he stays on your drug. So we're pretty excited about it.
Wow. So that DMD, it's Duchenne muscular dystrophy. So that DMD drug has the potential to be life-changing.
Potentially, yes. Really exciting opportunity for the patients and, of course, for the company.
Are there any other, outside of the vaccines you're working on and the DMD drug, are there any other things that investors can kind of look forward to?
Yeah. So, there's a company now called Moderna. I bet you all have heard of it by now. But Moderna started out as wanting to do mRNA therapeutics, and they started in vaccinology because it's the best way to demonstrate the power of the mRNA type of delivery system. If you can put mRNA in the body, it becomes a protein if you mount an immune response. So our vaccine program, like Moderna's, is just that proof of concept. But where we're really going to be heading in the next 6 months to a year, and hope you guys stay tuned and pay attention, is developing sort of this as a plug and play for therapeutic development. And if you think about DMD, it's a monogenic disease. So there's a problem in the DNA that makes the protein bad. Gene therapies are trying to fix the DNA. Our proposal is let's just treat with the mRNA, make healthy proteins. Sure, if you and your children have to come in, once a quarter to get that infusion, that's okay. It's very safe. You get functional protein, and you get to continue on with your life while we wait for gene therapies to sort of become that perfect fix.
I want to back up real quick. Where's Capricor? Where are you guys located?
Yeah, right now we're based in Los Angeles, California. Our labs and our research facility are at Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, and then our offices are just down the road in Beverly Hills.
Got it. Nice. Must be nice out there. We're up in Detroit, which it's getting nice right now in the springtime, but you might have a little. I see some. I asked because I could see some kind of palm trees in the background.
Yes. Yeah, this is our cool time of the year, so it's in the 60s right now, so it's kind of chilly.
Oh, that's nice. Well, all right, Linda, thank you for joining us. Is there I already asked, is there anything else investors can look forward to, but just any final thing you want to leave us with?
Yeah, so Capricor is, really excited about this extension of its platform into these exosomes. Exosomes, I'll tell your investors and your people this. Exosomes, I believe, are going to be to biotechnology what antibodies were 30 years ago. They were new, they were kind of exciting. There was a few companies doing it. Now I think the top 10 selling drugs are antibody-based. And, let's look 10 years down the road. I think the top 10 selling drugs are going to be exosome-based. And I want to be at the front of that line in terms of their development.
Yeah, well, I'm excited. I mean, I don't know all the science behind the exosomes, but it sounds great to be able to get a vaccine without the side effects. Yeah, thank you again for joining us today on the Power Hour.
Thanks. I really enjoyed it. Have a great day.
You do the same.
Bye-bye.
All right, y'all. That was Dr. Linda Marbon, the CEO of Capricor Therapeutics. It's a NASDAQ-traded company, ticker CAPR. Go check that out. Sounds like they're working on some really exciting things. Let's see what is everyone looking at in the chat right now. Oh, we got Hot Stocks Luke back too. Let's see what he's up to. Hi, Mr. Hot Stocks.
What's up? Awesome interview, producer AB, as always.
I apologize. I've seen some comments in the chat about my audio.
What's wrong with it?
I don't know. Does it sound okay to you?
Fake news.
That's all that I got to say about that.
Fired.
All right, producer AB, awesome interview as always. Can you give us that ticker one more time, please?
CAPR on the NASDAQ.
CAPR, pulling it up on the. You had the chart up or no?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Yeah, it would make sense for a stock market show. There we go. Awesome, guys. Capricor Therapeutics, CAPR, producer AB. All right, what do you want to jump to next, producer AB?
Well, you teased earlier. I want to
do
check
coin.
That.
I'll give you some options, okay?
I like options.
I left my notepad on my desk. I got up for a second. All right, let's start with Coinbase. All right. All right, check it out. Here's some action on Coinbase. Stock is flat, still hanging out. My opinion on the stock remains unchanged, guys, which is that until the stock can get above its opening price, it's not interesting to me. The line in the sand to watch, $381. That's where the stock debuted, right? The reference price, that $250 number, throw it out of your head. It's useless. You don't need to pay attention to it, guys. 381, that is the line in the sand. That's the number to watch. If the stock can get above and hold that 381 level, which was unable to do on its first day of trading, it becomes interesting to me again. Until then, we'll just let it hang out. We talked about this all week on the show. We often see that when these high-profile IPOs happen, the first day is strong. They show some strength on the first day. Okay, that's great. but more often than not, and this is not Luke Jacoby saying this, right? This is not me, just making this information up. The academic research, and plenty of it, shows that more often than not, stocks trade lower 1 year after they debut as a public company than where the share price opened at. Okay, so we've seen that with a lot of these high-profile ones. The example I always like to cite is Facebook, because Facebook was literally so highly anticipated that it broke NASDAQ. The only stock that literally broke NASDAQ, which maybe we should talk about that for a second. I've got a good story there, and it's Friday story day. But again, I'm hanging out on the sidelines on Coinbase and tell them, I throw this one out to the chat, throwing it out to Zinger Nation, guys. If you guys like Coinbase right here, 332, throw me the one in the chat. If you don't like it, you just want to hang out, throw me a 2. I'm curious where the world is at with this one. AB, what's your quick take on Coinbase?
Coinbase, I mentioned the other day, I want to see it get back down to that like 310 level that it hit on that first day where it caught that support. And if it does that, it might be a little bit more enticing to me. But I agree with you that I think it's worth just kind of sitting on the sideline, waiting. Yeah, that's my thoughts on that.
All right. And Zinger Nation, if you're watching the show, you're hanging out with us, you are a member of Zinger Nation on your YouTube. I guarantee you have this thumb. It's not just on my YouTube screen. You have it on yours too. There's a thumb there. You go ahead and press it. Watch, just like that. Boom. Let's run these numbers up. Friday, fun day. All right. When boss man Jason Raznick comes back, we got to show him, hey, we put up some decent numbers without you, sir.
If we get to 200 likes, Luke will make a live trade on the show.
Should we do a Benzinga Pro giveaway at 250? Yeah, we're doing it.
All right. A quarterly essential.
We haven't done this. I actually got banned from this. Spencer Israel. All right, we're banned from doing this on the show. Spencer is out of earshot. I threw up my Spencer Israel. I couldn't hear. Here's what we used to do to have fun, okay? When the like counter hits 250, whoever has the comment in the chat at that exact second that we hit 250 likes gets a free subscription to Benzinga Pro. All right, so I'll keep an eye on it. When we're getting close, we'll watch it together and see who's winning that one. We're a ways away, but hit those, get it close, and then we'll let the fun ensue. Okay, it's a good one. But all right, without further ado, let's look at these other crypto stocks. VYGVF, Voyager Digital. Sorry guys, I know I let you down. Hanging out down another 5%. Here's the 5-day move on that stock, 28 to 21. Not great. The company has a couple issues, right? They're having some deposit issues. The Q1 numbers are still going to be rocking it. I think that I'm going to get back into the stock, into earnings, but I'm out now. I bombed out on the day of the Coinbase IPO. So somewhere in this range. So far, it's been the right decision. Riot. Let's look at Riot. And I want to zoom these out too. So here's the 1 month chart of Riot and Mara, ticker MARA. I'm not in either of these. Both of these stocks have seen a little bit of pain coming off of that Coinbase IPO, but the real driver of these companies are is the price of Bitcoin, right? That's what really drives these stocks. It's not in anything to do with Coinbase or trading, right? Totally different businesses, right? Voyager is actually a very close business. These stocks have nothing to do with it. It's the price of Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been strong. It's holding, 61K-ish. These stocks have gotten hammered. So I actually sort of like the Bitcoin miners. I might actually open a position in this one.
In Mara?
I'm going to open a small position in Mara.
We'll do it live on the show if we get to 250 likes. We're at 200 right now. We need 50 more likes.
All right. We're doing the Benzinga Pro giveaway at 250. Don't take this away from me.
Oh, hey,
all right, here. And let's bring our good friend Dyslexic. Again, guys, if we get to 250 likes, we're giving away a Benzinga Pro. I'm banned from doing it. Spencer Israel is gone. Producer Rohan isn't on the show anymore. He's got to research how to build our YouTube channel. Drew Levine is here. Drew, I'm thinking about opening a trade in Mara. I have not gotten into the stock yet, but before I hit it, do you have any opinions? And then I'm going to show you why I like it. I've got two things that I like about this stock. Well, that was just anticlimactic as hell.
Oh, hell no!
Yeah, whatever. Drew, just busting into the stream. Wait, he's unfrozen. Come on, I like Mr. Drew.
Drew, can you hear us? Dyslexic investor.
you guys hear me?
There we go. All right. What's up, Drewski? All right, I'm about to hit Mara. I think I'm about to hit Mara. Do you have an opinion on that stock?
I do. I actually like Mara more than some of the other Bitcoin.
The fuck is that?
That's how I feel about Drew right now, okay?
I like
right.
Mara more than some of the other Bitcoin miners, SOS, and Drew, you're with us now.
No, you guys hear me or no?
Yeah, I hear you every time.
Oh, I'm lagging out, but I can't really hear you guys. But you guys are talking about Mara here. I think it's an interesting crypto play. I'm more of the exchange type of guy, just because these miners are so dependent on the price of crypto. While as like Voyager Digital, Coinbase, if it's volatile, they're making money, right? If it goes up or down, it doesn't really matter.
So here's actually why I like Mara, Drew Ski. So 2 reasons. First one, the stock has gotten washed out with the Coinbase collapse, right? We said on Monday, 2 days before Coinbase was even going live, right? We said on Monday that if Coinbase cannot hold its open price, whatever the price it opens at, there's going to be pain in the sector. I bombed out of all my positions when it gave up that 381 price. Sure enough, there was pain in the sector. Mara's gotten swept up in that. Mara's business model has nothing to do with Coinbase's, right? And so Mara's stock has gotten a little bit hammered, but the price of Bitcoin has been supported and stayed strong, right? We're hanging out around 61,000. So that's actually a reason why I like the stock. The other reason I like the stock is that I've never seen a more aggressive company in my life, right? And again, I've been at Benzinga for 8 years, let alone investing before that. Check this out. Their investor deck, page 2 of their investor deck, Drew. Drew, are you watching?
Yeah, I am. That's crazy numbers.
Are you watching this, Drew?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome.
500,000 of monthly revenue to 103 million in a year.
That's some good growth.
At this moment that he knew he fucked up.
All right, so what do you think of that, Drewski? So I like it on the swing. I think the stock will have some room to recover because, again, the price of Bitcoin has been supported. It's gotten washed out with Coinbase. They have nothing to do with each other from the businesses. And then I love the aggressive nature of this. That's why I'm going to pick this one over a Riot, over an Ebon, over an SOS, etc.
So what's their market cap at?
I don't know.
They're around 4 billion, I believe, 3.8.
Yeah, yeah, I see 4. Yeah, you're right.
Okay, so if they get up to that, $103 million of revenue, is that? I'm guessing that's yearly. That's not quarterly.
Wait, Drew. Monthly revenue to 103 million. That's
Okay.
crazy.
That
I've
is
never seen
crazy.
anything like this from a public major exchange stock before. Have you?
I've not.
That's unheard of. 500K. They're just coming out there and saying it. 500K to 103 million a month. You're like a year, a quarter, literally a month.
That is ridiculous.
All right.
That just went right over my head. I didn't realize it's at a month.
Yes, I know. So all right, come on, interactive brokers. It's trying to connect. Log in, baby. You got this. But again, that's the deal there. Somebody's saying it sounds like a pump by a desperate bag holder. Well, that person is new to the show because literally every day I show my whole live portfolio. Here's every stock that I own on the screen right now. Check it out. Never traded Mara before. You can even see my account number. Everybody says don't show your account number. I've got 19-factor authorization. I don't care. Give it a go. You're not getting through. So all right. That's the deal there. All right. So Mara, I can't actually get logged in. So maybe we're not going to be able to trade Mara today, but it's on the radar. Drewski, do you have any other names that you want to talk about right now? I'm going to go get my notepad. I asked the chat. I said, what stocks should we be looking at today? I wrote them down on a notepad. I dropped it. Now I need to go find that notepad. So Drew, tell us what stock.
Yeah. So everyone I think knows that I'm a big Palantir guy. I just increased my position quite a bit this week as Palantir was hanging around. pretty low here. I see we got some tickers coming in the chat too, so I'll definitely talk about that. So that's looking pretty good. Lovesac is a stock I brought up earlier this week. Stock has been extremely volatile this week.
What? You said Lovesac?
Lovesac, yeah. Ticker symbol LOV, love.
Wait, okay. I was gonna say LUV or love is Southwest, but that's LUV.
Mm-hmm.
What does Lovesac do? I've never heard of that company.
Yeah, so they sell like luxury couches, and they call them sectionals or sactionals. They also have a bean bag that's like a few $1,000s. I think maybe it's like $1,000 or $2,000. It's just like very expensive couches and like these insanely big bean bags.
You said the ticker is LOV?
Mm-hmm.
LOV.
I'm seeing
Spark Network, is that right?
Nope, the Lovesac company, LOV. They're on NASDAQ.
You got the wrong ticker. LOVE.
LOVE.
LOVE. So that's Lima,
that's
Oscar, Victor, Echo. Lovesac. All right.
Yeah. So I think
Shout out
that
Jason B in the chat helping us out with the ticker.
They're an interesting company. I mean, they had a lot of pop-up shops, these like Bed Bath & Beyond, like it's kind of like, I guess, one of their competitors, you could think of it. And they're definitely pushing more towards the e-commerce. I know they were really working on like mall spaces and all this stuff, but they have a really interesting business model, I think, as they're trying to kind of bring everything online. And this year they've done insanely well. They're down at $10. Now they're up going towards 70, and they performed really well.
Okay. All right. I dig it.
I don't. I'm sorry, Drew.
No, say it. What's the deal with it?
There's just so many, like, I think good, exciting companies out there. I'm not going to invest in one that's making bean bags, or at least as their primary business model.
They're revolutionizing the couch space.
What about Wayfair? Isn't Wayfair doing that too?
So this company like has the whole vertical integration, right? Wayfair, people thought they were selling kids for a while. Nobody knows where Wayfair gets their stuff from, right?
That was like a QAnon that's conspiracy.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
It's Friday.
Who knows now? But like this company, right? They had like pretty horrible, multiples. Like things were looking pretty bad. They were selling off way before the pandemic, and they've just totally turned around their sales and whatnot, and they've just been killing it. I think their valuation is getting more and more friendly, and they've seen some pretty insane growth. 40% year-over-year growth. A 3 price to sales, like very reasonable stuff. And if you think about them as an e-commerce store, I think everyone has to have a couch. You don't have to, but everyone likes to have a couch, right? It's not going away. And I think buying a couch online is just the future.
All right, Drew, let's make a little gentleman's bet. The stock's I'm looking at right now, it's at $68 right now, Lovesac. I bet you in 3 months, so on July 15th or so, this stock will be trading below $60.
I would gladly take that bet. I think you can't. First of all, it's on an insane uptrend, right? It went from 10 to almost 70 here. But yeah, we can definitely make that bet. I'll hold you accountable. Lies my birthday.
We have to figure out what one of us has to do on live. Whoever loses,
Yeah, maybe like shave their head or something. Trying to get a haircut.
Let's do it.
Cool.
Oh,
all right. I just filled on Mara, guys. I hit a half starter position, so I got 50. Filled at 39.20. Again, starting small here. The chart is ugly still. Again, we just talked about why I'm getting into the stock, but there's the trade there for you guys. Again, this is the most transparent stock market show on the market. Everything that we do, unless something wild has happened, that's the move there.
Wait, Luke, quick Benzinga Pro update.
Yep.
We're 26 likes away. We're at 224. When we get to 250, first comment we see in the chat is getting a free quarter of Benzinga Pro Essential. That's
boom. Again, guys,
full 3
I'm banned
months.
from doing this. I used to do this every day. And Spencer Israel, jealous guy, he hosts our pre-market prep show. It's way more boring, right? It's a serious show. This is the F around, hold puts into expiration show. He banned me from doing this. He said, you're giving too much away and trying to build the community up too much. I said, all right, Spencer, I'll stop. But he can't hear me. He's out of earshot. So again, guys, share this stream. Hit the like button. We'll run it up to that 250. Whoever has a comment right when we hit 250 on the dot gets their Benzinga Pro. But you got to share the stream to get more zingers in here. Represent Zinger Nation. We're doing this thing, guys, for a reason. Drew, we're going to go look at support.com, SPRT. I'm YOLO. Oh, yes. It keeps going, baby.
Yeah, puts, right? I remember.
Yeah, wait, you remember because I bought him live on this show.
Of course.
Like I hit my Mara, right?
The only
Everything I
live
do,
trading
I do it.
show you need, Benzinga.
Exactly. Don't tell Spencer Israel about this. All right. Oh, look at this, Drew. It's right at that low. Come on, baby. It's got room to go. All right. Let's look at where our puts are looking. All right, we'll close this Mara order ticket.
What's the I want to see what the total return is looking at now. And you
you gotta scroll through the whole port. Interactive Brokers has loading issues sometimes. Come on now. Load all the stocks.
Why is there not one brokerage that never has issues? Seems like that'd be a good business.
Maybe.
All right, we're 9 likes away from that Benzinga Pro giveaway. We've got to get to it before Spencer Israel gets off the phone call he's on. He's a very serious guy, Spencer. He is the boss of me. Everybody says, is Spencer the boss of you? He is. And part of it is because I've been fighting for his friendship for so long. And he just doesn't reciprocate. He's like a low warmth kind of guy. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ, why can't I get my support? Let's go to the ticker page. Support.com. All righty. Does this have my position on here somewhere? It should, shouldn't it?
Luke,
all right, you guys keep going while I figure out this because I need to manage this support.com.
We're seeing. I know what's going on right now. We're at 245, and people are all waiting until it gets to 249 to hit it. And people are throwing 250 in there, but you're not gonna get one by us. You can't say 250 before we actually hit 250. We're watching it like a hawk. Drew and I are, right, Drew?
Yeah, you can't. Producer AB doesn't trip up. All right, you can't get him tripping up.
No,
he is locked on like a hawk. Luke, someone asked in the chat what you would get back in on Voyager Digital.
Oh, ding, 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 ding. Got 250. We got 250.
Wait, hold on.
Benzinga Pro me.
All right, who was it?
I'll be honest. The very first comment I saw that when we actually hit 250 was our boy, Happy Muhammad. But Happy's already got to be on Benzinga Pro, right?
Yeah, you're not giving it to Happy. Pick the next one.
We got I got Lois Clement or Loic Clement, Loic. I don't know how you say that. Loic Clement, 250.
Boom!
Check going
Big
crazy
shout
right
out,
now.
Loic. Big Loic representing in the chat. There we go. Hold on. I got to get some more sounds going for this one. Spencer Israel not letting us do these anymore. All right, that's sort of lame.
You got mail.
All right, there we go. All right, there's our Benzinga Pro giveaway. It's a Friday, guys. We're having a little bit of fun. We're screwing around. We're YOLO trading our support.com. I've got it here. Check it.
Ooh. That's a good number.
All of you mature individuals out there who told me to do the right thing yesterday and close the position, when we were heading into the final day of trading. You would have cost me 71%. Drew, do you remember how many contracts I bought? Let's see.
I think 3.
I think it was 3 as well. 5. Let's go. All right, so we have 5 contracts. Let's do the quick math here. All right, so if we were to stop trading today, we're making $1.20 times 500 shares. Quick little $600 revenge trade. I'll take it. For a quick little one. Look at this. The next level to watch, guys, on support.com. Again, yesterday we were watching the $4 level. I told you guys yesterday, I said if it breaches 4, it's going to have room to fall. Look at that. It fell through 4, crashed hard. The next level to watch is this low right here, 375 on the dot. We bounce off of it once, twice, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5-minute candles bouncing off of that 325 level. That's the next line to watch on support.com. We're going to let this thing keep running, guys. Andre got into this trade with me. He closed it earlier in the day. Yeah, again, mature thing to do. Nothing wrong with walking away with a little bit of money. But there's the update on the support trade. We'll look at it again before we exit. We got to talk about Viacom. I other tickers that y'all threw out. We got Viacom and Penn. Those were some I grabbed out of the chat. We're going to go back to Clover Health. Do an update there. We're going to do an update on Dogecoin as well.
So, Luke, would you ever disclose one of those contracts maybe?
No.
No, you're all in or all out type of guy?
No. I'm actually like a pretty mature, responsible investor. Not necessarily on this show, guys. I know this is the show where we talk about it's not like crazy on the show, right? But we do a lot of swing trading. 70% of my assets, and I can show you what they are, I think. Let me see. Here it is. I'll put this up on the screen. I can share this Excel. I got an Excel doc that I made for the sake of this show a couple months ago. But 70% of my assets are in an ETF portfolio, an ETF basket that I constructed and manage myself. Okay, that's you see down here, right? 68.45%. Whenever we did this, it was sometime in March. All right, it's still roughly around there. And it's that last 30% that I take, and that's where I want to outperform the market, right? My goal is to have consistent returns in the market, right? So I've got basically market exposure on 70% of the funds, and I take that last 30%, and that's where I look for outperformance. That's where I look for, okay, I think that I know the market's well enough that I can outperform it. And that's what I'm going for with that final 30%. So I'm actually like a relatively mature investor. But Drew, when a company pulls the same kind of bullshit that a support.com pulls, and they sucker all this money in here, like imagine everybody who bought the stock at $9, dude, right? Because they thought it was a Bitcoin play now. So they don't really know how the market works. It's sucker stuff. It's not cool. So I love to call these stocks out. I like to revenge trade them. We've got a little bit of a platform to do that with Zinger Nation here. So that's why I'm just letting this one ride. And it creates some engaging, fun content. So, okay.
Definitely.
All right, let's talk about Viacom.
Let's do it.
We're getting this one in the chat. Wait, we need Spencer. Spencer Israel, can you hop on the stream, please? All right, Spencer Israel's going to hop on. He's going to give us the breakdown of Viacom. He's the expert in this stock. The stock halved, right? It went from $100 a share down to $39. Spencer's going to talk to us about what caused that to happen. What's the move here? I don't know. That's why, again, we're bringing Spencer on, but he's our news analyst here. I don't know if you guys have any insight into this one.
It was part of the Archegos fund, one of the holdings, so they had to do a big block sale of it.
Spencer, can you hop on here with us?
Yeah, I did. Here, let me.
Oh.
Add yourself, Spency.
Dude, you keep deleting me when I'm trying to add myself. What's up with that?
It's not me. It's producer AB.
I tried to add you once and then I didn't touch it because.
All right, so what happened with Viacom? Somebody in the chat's been hammering the symbol all day, right? Yeah. We see the stock went from 100 to 40.
Yeah.
That's a bad move. Okay.
Oh wait, it is.
We don't like that.
Wait, I can confirm that is in fact bad.
All right. If anybody thinks that 100 to 40 is a bad move, throw me a 1. If you think it's an okay move, throw me the 2. So Spencer, what caused the halving here, Mr. Viacom analyst?
Actually, if I can just back up for a second. So, at Benzinga, we get a lot of, research sent our way. And there's one research note that I read every morning from a guy at Whitebush who does pretty good coverage, I think. And I read this note every morning, and basically all through February and through March, that basically this, Viacom and Discovery would be up every day, and every day this guy would be like, I don't know what's going on. And this guy always knows what's going on, right? He's like super plugged in, and he was like, Viacom and Discovery are up again, don't understand it. And I was like, well, if he doesn't get it, then like I don't get it. And we didn't get it all the way up, and then of course we eventually found out why it went up. It was because Bill Wang thought he was on Wall Street bets, and over
And that's the fund that blew up, right?
Yeah, Archegos' family office blew up. Credit Suisse had to unwind. Basically, they got margin called, and the ironic thing here is what triggered the margin call was the stock offering, right? So there's a case to be made here that the best trader in Viacom is the Viacom CFO. They issued new stock. They offered they offered new stock at. Well, they announced the offering. And then they priced. Let me get the exact pricing for you. So they announced the offering of Viacom here. I got to go back a few weeks. There's so many damn headlines of Viacom.
See, Spencer's actually a pretty funny guy.
So
we need to get him on Power Hour and off of Premarket Prep.
You talk shit about me all the time, and I don't get it. All right, here we go. I'm in the pro. Okay, so Viacom announced they're going to raise $3 billion in a secondary offering. That's great. That was on the 22nd. They announced an offering on the 22nd, and then they priced the offering 2 days later at $85 when the stock was trading at like $90 something, right? So they priced it below where the stock was trading at, and at that point, all bets were off, right? And Bill Wang got margin called, and his fund blew up. And so, but that was the catalyst, which is sort of funny in a way, because everybody was wondering, when GameStop went to the moon, everyone's like, oh, when is GameStop going to do an offering? When they're going to raise money? And they never did until a few weeks ago. And Viacom was like, no, F that. We're just going to do an offering right the hell now. Why is our stock up? We don't know. Do we care? Not really. And they basically, they didn't top ticket, but they came kind of close, right? The high was 101.97, and they priced an offering at 85. So pretty good. Whoever bought those shares at 85, on that offering, sucks to be them. But it's how.
That's hot. That's hot.
What's hot? And Spencer, can you read the comment from Cameron on the screen here?
It's because Luke loves me. I mean, I know this is true. This is why I don't get angry. Although I will say, guys, Luke trolls me more. Luke trolls me every single day, and I fall for it every single day. Last night he called me at 10 o'clock. I was sleeping, and he called me just to tell me that an article was doing well. Thanks, Luke. You woke me. You actually woke me up. I didn't. Down for what? You actually woke me up to tell me. He just trolls me every day. He trolls me all the time, and it's one-sided. I'm so nice to Luke usually.
Spencer is crabby.
There are a couple. I actually learned this from Mr. Hot Stocks himself. Because he had experience trying to catch falling knives.
Wait. Stop talking for a second. What's up with Aaron's voice?
I think it's sort of funny. Don't tell him.
I asked you if I sounded okay, Luke, and you're like, yeah, you sound good. And then you played the fake news thing.
Wait, Aaron, what is up with your voice, man?
This happened yesterday, and then Rohan and I tested before I came in here, right? And he was like, okay, I was in the test studio with him. I was listening to him. The input was messed up, but the output was okay. And now my input is...
Aaron, come over here. So, guys, lock into your mind what producer AB, what you think he sounds like right now.
He sounds nothing.
Producer AB, come over to my microphone so that way people can actually hear what you sound like. Or I'm going to swap with you real quick, okay?
All right.
Dude, this sounds nothing like him. His voice is 2 octaves lower. That I don't know what's going on there. So Luke is going to go in. I guess they're going to, switch places there. But God, you see, this is the kind of show that happens when Jason's not here, guys. It's just total shit show. All right, AB,
what's wrong?
So this is what I really sound like, guys. How's it going?
Whoa!
You grew up. You grew up.
I could do a Batman voice like I was in there, but this is my real voice. Luke, how are we doing? Oh, I can't hear anyone. Hold on.
We're doing good, man. Does my voice sound normal, or do I sound sort of weird too?
You sound whack.
You sound messed up.
Like good though. It's I sound like a real man now.
Say Rachel, where are you?
No. Say where's Rachel, Luke?
Where's Rachel? Sorry.
Where's Rachel? All right, can we talk about another stock? I sort of like this room better.
I have one more thought on
I can't listen to you. I can't listen to you, Luke. AB, what's up?
So CBS Viacom, like I said, I learned from Hot Stocks Luke, not trying to catch any falling knives, nothing like that. But they have some things that I do like about them. So if I start seeing an uptrend, I might get in. One of those things is they have the rights to Champions League soccer, which is massive. It's huge, like international soccer. They have the rights for that. Another thing, Drew, you might like this as I do. They bought the rights for Avatar: The Last Airbender, and they're making it into a whole thing. You know, new series, new movies. They're trying to like compete with Disney Plus in that regard, using Avatar as their like flagship program. So a couple things to be interesting for. I like the live sports play. I like that. But like I said, I'm not trying to catch any falling knives. I'd want to see an uptrend before I get back into it.
I actually have a thing to say about Viacom as well.
All right.
So those of you who watched my ETF show, I interviewed Jamie Wise last month, who was the guy, one of the guys behind the Buzz ETF, aka Dave Portnoy's ETF.
Shout out Dave Portnoy.
Right, exactly. So
Big fan of Spencer's show. Portnoy listens every morning. Keep going, Spence.
Exactly. So there's this ETF that tracks an index that tracks stocks with the most positive social media sentiment, right? The most positive buzz. And they rebalance this index every single month. Okay, it's always on the third Thursday of the month, which was yesterday. Okay, so yesterday, what got added to Buzz? Viacom. Apparently, there's a lot of positive social media sentiment. According to the Buzz Index algorithm, however that works, there's a lot of positive social media sentiment on Viacom right now. Maybe people just love to buy the dip.
All right. Let's do a roundtable. Viacom right now, hit it, yes or no? Drew, you're up first. Yes or no?
I think yes. Do you want me to explain or just simply yes or no?
One sentence.
One sentence. They got a lot of money. $85. They sold some shares. It's free money.
All right.
Wait, that means nothing, but all right.
You're all right.
From the offering.
Producer AB, Viacom, yes or no?
Avatar: The Last Airbender, Champions League soccer. I'm in.
Spence?
No. Legacy Media? No. No, thank you.
Nope. I'm out too. But let's check this out, right? It looks like, holy crap, we're getting this thing at a 60% discount, right? That's what you look at if you're just looking at this part of the chart. Look back over the past year. Here, let's go 2 years. We'll go pre-COVID, right? I mean, the stock's still in line with where it was. I want to see the bleeding stop. The bleeding stops, then maybe it becomes interesting. They probably pay a dividend. Let's take a look. Trusty Benzinga pro.benzinga.com. So look at this. They pay like now that the stock's depressed, the dividend yields back to 3.5%. So maybe that's the deal there.
All right, I have to hop and get ready for Options Explained with Robert Roy.
Oh yeah, we got a big options show coming up. If you want to learn how to trade options, you want to learn how to do covered calls, stuff like that, join in.
All right. So somebody in the chat's asking, who's the boss when Jason isn't around? That's Spencer, obviously. But all right. Let's talk about Clover. Let's see, what time is it? All right, we have 10 minutes. How about we hit this? Let's hit Clover. What other tickers? Somebody throw us some other tickers to talk about too, okay? I'm not at my normal setup anymore. We'll do Clover, we'll do support.com. I was gonna maybe hit a trade in New York Times. I'm gonna hold off. Anybody else have tickers?
We were supposed to look at Penn too. I don't know if we've gotten to that.
That's right. Let's do Penn, and then we'll go back to Clover.
The trusty notepad.
All right. So here, Jesus, you have all my stuff now. All right. So. Here, don't drop the soap. Okay. All right. So here's the chart of Penn. I don't know. I haven't had an opinion on this stock the whole way up. I want to take a look at some of the multiples. You've got the stocks trading at 16.4 billion of market cap. EV is 26 billion. So that means that they probably have a good amount of debt. I want to look at how much revenue do they make. All right, so their run rate is about $1 billion a quarter. Pre-COVID, it looks like it was 1.3. So let's say they get, they now have the online thing. So you go pre-COVID plus online. Let's say maybe they're at like a 1.5 run rate in a normal world times 4 quarters. So there's $6 billion of revenue. We just said the EV, the enterprise value, was 26 billion. So you got 26 divided by 6. So it's trading at 4.5 times EV. Let's look at the S&P 500 average EV to sales. We want price. We'll do price sales. Price to sales. All right. So it's 3. And if we do price sales rather than EV to sales, so we're at 16.5 divided by 6. So it's actually not really expensive. So it's 2.75. It's in line with the S&P 500 average. I'm whatever on Penn. It doesn't get me super excited. I actually think that the online gaming thing is a travesty. Right, I think that it's a bad thing that's going to happen. I think it's so easy to lose money. I'll show you guys in a second. I'm going to load it up. But I don't know. What's your opinion, Drew?
Yeah, no, I totally understand what you're saying, right? It seems like this year, especially if you watch a little bit of TV or with any sports, I'm a big fan of college basketball. There's a lot of gambling ads, right? And a lot of my buddies, they like to play some bets. It's very easy to throw some money on some sports or play a little online blackjack, and the money goes by quick. So I definitely think, I hear what you're saying with it is a travesty or a tragedy. But at the same time, like, these companies are going to profit well, right? They're, if you want to take advantage, there's an opportunity there, but there's a lot of hype, right? And there's a lot of names out there. So you got to pick, I think, the ones they're going to win in the long run. I think that's going to be maybe a DraftKings and maybe a Penn.
All right, AB, anything? And then we got to switch back. I talk too loud. I talk too loud for this mic to work.
I agree that I don't think like online gaming is a sustainable business. I mean, numbers are out there. Most people gambling on sports, whatever, you're going to lose money. So I think over time that will lead to.
Oh, see, I disagree. I think it's a great business. I would be in that business all day. I just think societally, it's sort of tough. But all right, let's throw some out to the crowd, and then I'm gonna do a switcheroo with producer AB because I just talk too damn loud.
I've seen QuantumScape in the chat a couple times. All
right, but hold on. I want to vote. If you guys like Penn right here, $100 on the dot. You throw down a Benji for a share of Penn. Hit the 1. If not, hit the 2. And I see Loki comment saying, who do I email for the free Benzinga Pro? It's SpencerIsrael@benzinga.com. I'll put
CC
that in the
Power
chat.
Hour at benzinga.com too in that email.
Yep.
All right, Lukey, let's switch back.
All right, well, they're switching. We got Penn up, but I know some people do want to talk about QuantumScape, so I think we're going to that soon. But yeah, Penn's interesting, right? I think there's a lot of other ones out there, and in the end, there's so much sign-up bonuses, stuff going on. I was talking about that with someone I talk stocks about a lot with, and all these companies, they're spending so much money on marketing. If you joined DraftKings, you get a free $250 bet. You get a free $100 on blackjack, right? And that sounds like $350, but your expected value, if you want to go into that, is a little bit less than 50%. So it's really $175, but still, right? They're still handing out $175 just to acquire a customer, and that's some high acquisition costs, right? If you look at a business, it's pretty expensive, but the customers do pay back pretty heavily. When people gamble, they definitely make a lot of money, but how many people are there just for this year and are going to stop?
See, I think it's around to stay. I think it's a great business, but I don't love it.
Yeah, I think it's around to stay, and I think gambling is going to be changed forever. But they're doing all this marketing. I've never seen so much marketing for sports betting in my entire life. And they have all these deals and all these promos, and once those fade out, who are the true customers going to be?
Yeah.
Also, I think there's so many competitors. They're all trying to get the best deal out there,
Exactly.
$100 free play, $100, this, that. So it's interesting to see all those competitors.
All right, and then let's hit Palantir real quick, guys. Whenever we can get Drew on the show, it's tough to get him on, but whenever we can get him on, we've got to ask about Palantir, right? Favorite retail trader stock. Drew is the bull in this stock. He got us all into it. Drewski, any opinions? And then I'm going to look at my Palantir trades that I have open on the live account in just a second here. But what's up with Palantir?
Yeah, I think you played it really smart here. I kind of got a little bit of FOMO the other day, and I wanted to add more to my position. I'm like, is it going to stay under 23 for too long? So I added another position. I think I more than 2x'd my portfolio size, and I had a little bit of cash, didn't know what to do with it. So I definitely am long Palantir. I really like what they're doing here. I mean, I really look at them as a very similar play to Tesla. I mean, that might be a little bit crazy here, but I think they're a better value. The revenue doesn't look great right now. They're doing $300 million. They're a $40 billion company. That sounds absolutely absurd, but I think they're moving in the right direction. Data is going to be the next currency. They're starting to work with corporations for the first time this year, 2020, late 2020, they were starting to. So I think these numbers are going to quickly change. And once they flip to profitable, it's going to be absolutely ridiculous in 2023, 2024.
All right. And then here, I'm going to put up Spencer's pissed, actually. We overdid it, guys. We overdid it. Producer AB, you shouldn't have told people the emails. We overdid it, okay?
Oh, no.
If Spencer doesn't write back to your email, give him a break, okay?
Oh,
all right,
God.
but here are my open Palantir positions, guys. You see I own shares of the stock, right? It looks like we're down 22% on it, but we're not actually, because the way that we got the stock was not buying it outright, but actually selling puts against Palantir. That's how we got into the name. So our average price in the stock is $24.50. So we're down $2 per share. Because again, we sold the puts. We were forced to buy it at 29, but we got credits for that. And then also check this out. We've been selling calls against Palantir, right? We sold calls at the 22 strike. We made 96%, pretty much all the premium we can make there. Got a buck. And then we just sold calls, I believe, again yesterday, or maybe it was a couple days ago. $28 strike, got another 50 cents. So it's like another $1.50 discount. Again, these are covered calls that we're selling. So we actually entered the trade by selling puts against the stock, got to sign the shares. That's fine. Then we sold calls against the position twice now. And so we might actually be up or at break even on the trade. I'm going to go have to do some math work and sum this thing up and see how it looks. But that's the move there on Palantir, guys. I'm in it with shares that, again, I got by selling puts against the stock. And then I've been selling covered calls against it. So even though the stock is down because of the power of options, and this is a tease, we're getting into the option show in a second here. I'm not the expert. Spencer Israel is going to be doing that in a second here. We've had a decent run in it. And Drew, before we close it out, give us a Doge price check.
Yeah, I was looking at that actually during the show. I think we're on 25 cents.
Price check. Where are we at?
We're at 26. I'll get the exact. Oh no! Wow, we're up a bit more now. We're at 36.15. Maybe I was looking at that wrong. No, it's been pretty volatile today. Yeah, we're at 36 cents.
All right, there we
pretty
go.
Ridiculous. Do we got to end here? It's 2:00. I know some people are asking what
2 o'clock
was.
It's time to go. We're going to the option show, guys. If you want to trade options, you want to take advantage of some of that leverage, these more advanced instruments, be smarter about how you're taking your positions, stay tuned. I'm about to kick it over to my good friend. I do really like him, even though he's very pissed at me right now. Okay. I'm going to kick it over to Spencer Israel, guys. The Twitter is in the chat. Follow me. Say hi. Give me some stocks to talk about next week on the show. It's hard to talk for 2 hours straight and come up with all the names. Drew, drop yours in there too. And until next week, guys, happy trading. See you on Twitter.
Peace out, fam.